Okay, there we go. So here's the episode number 3 with Murat Yukselir. I don't know how to say that,
It's okay.
but there we go. Murat is a very good friend of mine. He works for Global Mail,
Lobe and Mail.
and he's an amazing artist. So I want Murat to introduce Murat to you guys, and I want to let himself talk about it.
Thanks, Kelvin. As he said, I during the day I work as an illustrator for the paper, and I do graphic arts for articles and whatnot. And at night, during my free time, I train jiu-jitsu, and I've been doing that for like 3 years now.
Awesome.
3 years and a little bit, but the past 6 months doesn't really count. So
no training doesn't count, right?
Doesn't count.
I get it. But so basically what I want, Murat, is like, so we can talk about your experience, but about your story of life too, like how you decide to do jiu-jitsu, how after done the first class, how you felt like, what changed, But first, I want to share with people, like I said, you're an amazing artist. I will be posting on Instagram a couple pictures of your work and stuff, and I want people to know about it because I really like it. And you could talk about it a little bit about it too.
Sure, but I'll start with the jiu-jitsu first.
Okay.
So, as you know, Calvinho, you're my godfather in jiu-jitsu. So,
Minha cria.
like before you talked about jiu-jitsu, I had no idea what it was. You know what I mean? Maybe I had a vague idea, but I didn't know about like the details about jiu-jitsu and how exactly it functioned. So,
never ever saw it before?
No, I don't think I ever had. So I didn't know what I was walking into, pretty much. You were always telling me about it. Every time you came to my house, you always talk about it. You showed me pictures, always talking about it, showing me videos and whatnot. But like for somebody who hasn't done it, doesn't know what's going on, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's just like, two people on the floor or whatever, pulling each other, doing stuff, and it's just like, okay, looks cool. So, and at the time when you were talking about it, I had a problem with my knee.
Exactly. I remember that. Oh, my knee. Oh, this. Oh, my knee. I can't do this, man, but I can play soccer. I'm like, what?
Yeah. 5 or 6 years ago, I tore my ACL playing soccer. And then, I couldn't do anything for almost 2 years because I waited for the surgery and whatnot. And by the time I recovered, it was like 2 years. And then after that, I was telling you, I was kind of scared, I mean, even when I was like going back to soccer, after that experience, like you lose your confidence because whenever you're in the field, you always like replay that event, what happened in your mind, and you hold back, like, because the way I used to play was like I didn't really care. I didn't really care that I got hurt.
Yeah,
and that happened.
Exactly. No, the same thing with me, with my hip and stuff when I was a kid, so I understand that.
Yeah.
But then,
and then, finally, you told me about the 30-day trial. I went, and I remember, it wasn't the first class, obviously, because the first thing was you told us.
I taught the first class, right?
The basic movements, like the shoulder rolls and stuff like that, shrimp. But when I started going, with Vincent class, he was teaching. I remember, I had a dream, that night, I have this thing with after training, I always think about it. When I go to bed, I always think about it, what happened. And I remember I had a dream of it.
After the first,
I don't know, for some reason I had a dream. But I really I really enjoyed the experience. And at the time I was even considering other things. I went to this capoeira place. But then by chance, it was you did capoeira, so you know this, when they dance with the knife.
Makulele.
Makulele.
Yeah.
Right? So I just I didn't get to do it. And I was just it's probably not me anyway. I'm already enjoying jiu-jitsu, so I just stuck with jiu-jitsu. And it started stinging me. It became a hobby, but it also led to other things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, it's helping with a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But when you did the first class, how long were you after your injury?
like after having the surgery done.
Yes.
So it must have been like a year after the surgery because it took me about 9 months to recover, like to build up my muscle.
Okay.
Maybe even longer, maybe a year and a half, because I started in June 2017, and I had my surgery probably like January 2016.
Okay.
So yeah, like a year and a half.
Year and a half, pretty much. Yes, it's
Yeah.
a good time after the surgery is done. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you already recovered. I'm sure you had a lot of things on your mind, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? You know.
Yeah.
The first class wasn't something too bad, right? It was like just basic movements and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe you really like it.
It was like close guard or something.
Yeah, I believe
Very fundamental.
You really like it because you had a dream right after, right? So
yeah, man, I had a dream about it.
Something was in connection with that.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe because how different it was for me that it got stuck in my mind, because just like the whole thing where you just meet up with some strangers and you have to be like very close to them. And the environment is very different. So I guess maybe that just like got stuck with me. So in my dream, I was just like in the same environment, just in class. Like I probably wasn't even doing anything.
Okay, so after your first class, what was your first impression about it? Like after you done it, you're like, you know what, man, it just changed my mind. What do you have in mind?
I can't recall, but I just realized that I was okay. I just want to continue to learn. Like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So then, after your first class, how long took you to get to the next class?
You mean like?
To your next class, like you had the intro class with me, right? And then you had to go to the white belt class.
It must have been maybe within the same week, because when I started, I was already going. I think I've always been going like 3 days a week.
Okay.
And then I did like, I signed up in a couple of weeks, because they have that thing where if you sign up before the trial's over,
discount,
you get a discount.
Yeah. That's not to get people. It's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Because they know, like, if you're either gonna love it or you're just gonna be like, what is this? And you know that they know that if you love it, if you're enjoying it, you're just there, probably for life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just like, oh, you either do it or you just don't do it, right? You got a discount right now because you like it. Let's go. Let's make it happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But so after what did change? Did you had any physical change, mental? Like how does it work for you?
Oh yeah. So obviously physically, like I was working out. I had been working out. I started working out late in my life. I think about 28 or something.
Oh wow!
I never went to the gym before that. I was always playing soccer. So I started going to the gym before jiu-jitsu, but I probably wasn't doing anything right. But and it's not even something that I enjoy much. Like the thing with me is like with soccer, I like to have fun, and then the workout is secondary. That's kind of the same thing with jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I like to
have the time ago or whatever.
I like to do it. I like, because it's like a very cerebral thing you have to think about. So it's like you're always thinking about stuff, and that thing is, I like doing this thing. But the workout,
you want to solve the problem, right? To make
exactly
happen, right?
You're in a situation that you want to solve. Like, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
And
I understand that.
After that, I started taking
concept too.
Sorry?
I like this type of concept, and whenever you have to think about a lot, like what I have to do to to sweep, to pass, to figure out a way to get me through whatever I want. Yeah.
So after that, then I started working out more seriously, because I wanted to be better for jiu-jitsu. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That same thing with food happens. And drink. I drink less now. I still drink. Like, I know our professor doesn't like that. He's always like, be very clean, don't drink, eat nice. I still drink sometimes, but I like just little, and it hits me hard because my body's not if I'm continuously training,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
before this previous second lockdown again, I was very good. But I would have, if I had one drink, it would hit me pretty hard because my body was getting used to the.
No, I know. With me, it's the same thing. I can't drink too. I can't
Yeah.
drink one beer. I'm gonna be already. If I drink two beers, I'm like drunk. If I like,
Just
if I
go to sleep, right?
beers, I'm completely gone.
Yeah, man. Same.
Pass out. Like, oh,
Same.
you're dumb. No, I can't. I don't.
And then the next day is just a regret. Like, why did I do that?
And you regret, yeah, because the alcohol makes. I don't know. I can't explain that. I believe everybody has different experience, right? But alcohol with me, it's like weird. I can't. If I drink the next day, I'm like, I feel like I'm dead. I can't.
Yeah. It interrupts the sleep too. So, like, if I drink, I wake up in the middle of the night, dehydrated, and have to go drink, and then after that, my sleep is interrupted. It's not the same again. So I don't have a good sleep. That affects my recovery.
Everything.
That affects my performance.
Exactly.
It just sucks.
I know. And not only with jiu-jitsu, your performance with anything else, right? At work, being creative with your staff.
Exactly.
I understand. But do you think like in the mental part, but not the mental game, but the mental of like the jiu-jitsu helps a lot, because I can guarantee that jiu-jitsu helps with the mental. But for yourself, like, do you think it's after you start training jiu-jitsu, you got like maybe more creative or more confident, or you take decisions, you don't like, you have more prompt answers, or I don't know, like something.
Yeah, like decision especially, because I'm a very indecisive person. So that training made me face that. You know what I mean? It's like you're in a position and you're trying to, let's say you have the person you're close guarded, you want to go for an armbar, but you overthink it and you never do it. You never commit to it.
Yes.
You're not making that decision to do it. And you avoid it. And then it's like, then you just like, you do the things that you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
So I realized that like, maybe this is how I am in real life too, that if I get too comfortable, I'm not going to challenge myself.
This I think we can compare like from the white belts until black belt, but every level it's like you start to take decisions more carefully but fast. More carefully but fast. You think everything right here, and then you're like, or should I do it? Should I act? What would be the answers? What would be the possible answers? What would be the possible position for my opponent or whatever? But then you like, okay, I'll have to do it, and then I'll have to deal with the answer with the how can I say that? Like it's it's like you ask a question, you get the answer right away, but sometimes might be the one you want, sometimes might be not.
Sometimes it's
and
like
you have to have another question or another answer right on top to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I can see that can help for sure with the decision 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I remember Oswaldo from Brazil. He was talking about it. He's just like, it's just a game of question and answer.
Exactly.
You know the answer. That's it. If you don't know the answer, then it's over. Like
over. Exactly.
So
I was going to prepare to.
The more you practice, the more answers you're gonna get.
Yeah, and you're gonna put a inside here, so you can always, okay, what is this? Boom, right away. What's going on? This. Yeah, I get it. 100%. And what's your goal with jiu-jitsu? Like, do you have any goals? Like anything that you want to proceed? Well, I think, my opinion, you should answer this, but at first I want to say I think you have a goal already, because your arts and stuff that we're gonna talk about it's all involved with jiu-jitsu. I like that, but besides, you're gonna talk about it. Okay, so tell me what's the goal you have in mind? Not only with training, but in jiu-jitsu. When I say jiu-jitsu, it means everything that can be related to it.
Yeah. Man, my goal is to be, first of all, like I want to be able to do this for as long as I can.
Okay.
So
here,
whatever comes with that, hopefully, eventually, a black belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I'm not going to stop on.
Okay, there you go. So you in the same path as me. If you're not going to stop, you're going to reach it. Yeah.
And so like just have a healthy life. just continue doing what I love.
Yeah. Training.
Training,
Exactly.
like just, making new friends, and I like now that, you mentioned it, like I like how it contributed to my art. I started making these figures. I got
Awesome.
beside me right now.
Show us. Exactly. That's what I want to see. That's a
So like,
one.
yeah, so I do sculptures, and I had this idea that I could make these figures, like have fun with it.
Yeah,
And this
I
was
love
like,
it. I love it. So how do you call the, so what's your brand with it? How do you call it?
Muyutsu is the name of the brand. So that's
Yes.
my name, like Murat Yukselir. I take the first Mu, you, and then
Awesome.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. Can't wait to get mine. I know it's on its way.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it soon.
I like it, man. It's a really nice thing. I hope people can, start to like it too. You're putting out there. I'm sure that people will be like questioning you stuff. I really like it. So another thing, for whoever don't know, Murat's like a really good guy with art, and he is our, how can I say that, our design for Cambridge BJJ. You guys can see that we actually wearing the same t-shirt. There you go. So Murat does everything that I need in with the design, like t-shirts, my website, anything that I ask this guy here, he's my guy. Like he said I'm his godfather, but he's the guy for me to answer all my questions about design and things with the internet, like to make our stuff happen.
I'm
So
happy to help,
everything that Cambridge BJJ has, and even First Impression BJJ will have, Murat is the guy.
Happy to help.
Awesome, awesome. Do you have, Murat, do you have anything that you would say to people, like to motivate them to do jiu-jitsu, something that maybe it was at first, I think the blocking that you had was maybe your injury, right? Because I remember talking to you, let's do it. You were like, oh man, my injury, I'm playing soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
But in a way, all of this is a blocking on your own head that made you like, oh no, like fighting or whatever, something like that, I'm not gonna do it. So what would you say to people, even though you had an injury, even though you just play soccer, you never really went to the gym, you just decide to start jiu-jitsu because one guy was like always on your head, like, let's do it. Maybe other people, they don't have somebody trying to preach jiu-jitsu for them, but sometimes they want it because they know what is it, but they don't do it because they're scared of injury, they're scared of this, they're scared of that, So I want to know from you, what would you say for people?
If you're curious about it, I would say just do it. Like, you can't completely avoid injury,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was always in the back of my head. I never hurt my knee again.
How many years you're doing it?
3 years.
3 years, okay.
And more than 3 years now.
After knee surgery, right? Just nice to remember to mention.
I never hurt my knee again. Never had a problem with it again. I did have like rib injuries, but that's very common. Yeah. And I think it's because I was also weak in my core. So it becomes less, like, you don't get it as often as you would in the beginning.
Some more vulnerable.
Yeah. In the beginning, I would get it every couple of months, and then like it's been
gone.
And I actually hurt my rib again a couple months ago, but the pain went away in like 3-4 days. It wasn't as intense as the previous ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in competition, I hurt this one is still, like, the shape is different because it popped out. But
I heard this one 4 times.
Yeah. But if you enjoy it, you're gonna be like, I can't wait till I get back to it.
Get back, yeah. So, if you want to go.
Yeah. So if that's in your mind,
do you think it's a life-changing decision?
For sure, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Me too. Completely changed my life, till these days, and it's gonna always keep changing because I'm always looking into more jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? You know how you have the jiu-jitsu for life?
Yeah.
Team? Yeah. For a long time, I thought when you say jiu-jitsu for life, I thought it meant like jiu-jitsu forever, like for life. But I understood that it's jiu-jitsu for like a way to live life.
Wait, exactly. It's
I
not.
understood that just like recently.
It's not something like, oh, you're gonna do jiu-jitsu forever.
Yeah,
No,
I mean it can be, yeah.
no,
But the
exactly,
meaning of
can
it,
be, but
I got the meaning behind it.
exactly. It's something
Yeah,
that
because
you're
it
gonna
changes
do
your
in your
habits.
lifestyle change completely, so you keep going with that.
Yeah,
The mindset really start to build up slowly. You come as a weak person, you keep going if you really like it. That's my opinion. Like you start with one day meet, like with my first day I went there and I saw meet one guy, and actually he had the same name as me, Kelvin. When I met him, hey, what's your name? Oh, Kelvin. I was like, what? That's funny. And then I saw meet the guy, the first class ever, and I was like, what? There was something incredible that I had experienced before, but by myself going to the gym and training with nobody that I couldn't even speak properly English and do things was like completely blowing my mind. That
yeah.
I was like, oh wow, man, I actually can do this.
Isn't that crazy? That the first time when you do something, that even drives you more.
Exactly.
It drives you more to learn more.
So I hope with this, I hope that people can start to look like throughout this, each episode, each different persons, because everybody has different opinions, different approach, different decisions, right? But at some point, a lot of people are equal. A lot of people has the same fears. Not in saying that we're gonna find another Murat, another Kelvin. I found another Kelvin the first day of jiu-jitsu. Hey, what's your name? Kelvin. I was like, what? Kelvin?
Actually, I actually met another Turkish guy named Murat too. I never saw him again.
And we might have the same fears, the same blocking, and I didn't have any because I already experienced jiu-jitsu before. But then when I went there, I was like, okay, I really like this. So I decided doing it. And till now, you see, Cambridge BJJ.
Look at you. You open your gym, right?
I open my own gym, teaching. I love teaching. I love to see everybody's face after training, during training. Whenever I teach something really nice, they go there, they see, and oh wow, it's so nice, like seeing dad and kids training, dad and son training together, like brothers, like friends. We have a group of cops that trains there, and it's really nice to see the interact between themselves, even though they're different departments, but they know them, like they know each of them, like not personally, but they know of the departments, right? But then they get together, then they train, they talk. It's really nice to see the outcome of people, and the smiles, the sweat, the thing that you make people do. And I'm sure that it's every day it's a how can I say, it's a pleasure to be there. I love it. But anyways, Murat, tell me a little bit about your art, so people can know about it. I want to know more
the other sculptures.
The sculptures, yes.
Like I got into sculpting maybe in 2013. Like before, I went to obviously school for arts, but I didn't know anything about sculpting. I used to paint portraits. So but when I started working after graduating, I got a job, but like my job was always on the computer,
Okay.
So after a while, I was like, man, I miss doing art, like with my hands. But I just didn't want to go back to painting. So, I got some clay. I just jumped into it. I started working with it. And then I set myself like goals, like, okay, I'm gonna, make a sculpture or whatever, find a gallery. That's my goal. It's just to have like one day, put my sculpture in a gallery and just be a part of a show.
And you have done it already?
Huh?
You have done it already?
Yeah, I have done it a few times. I actually have one of the pieces now with the gallery.
And I really like that piece that with the gold head that you made like that, man. It's nice. That one was, when I saw the first time, I was like, wow, Murat. That's like, sometimes we just care about like big artists, right? Like people that has the name and stuff. But then when you know somebody that does some stuff some people, they say, oh, I do this and that. But then when you look, you're like, they still figure out the ways. But man, when you thought, oh, I do this, I do that, and then when we actually went to the thing and I saw it, I was like, what? It was nice. Vito really loved it. Vito has pictures of it like on his cell phone, like on his Instagram, you know.
Yeah.
But that well, you have others, but that one for myself was like something really nice that I saw. I was like, okay, this guy got what how to say that? What it takes. That's pretty good. You should
Thank
keep
God.
going with that because I'm sure it's gonna take you somewhere.
Thank you. I will.
Just like jiu-jitsu. I'm sure jiu-jitsu can take you all in a lot of places.
I'm
Doesn't
sure.
matter if it's not teaching, if it's not preaching jiu-jitsu, but with your muyutsu, how to say that?
Muyutsu.
Exactly. You know, show again. Let me see again.
Here it is.
There you go. You can go really far with that, man.
That figure.
Yes. Yeah, Murat. So, you know, I want to thank you for taking this time to help me with this project that I'm crazy about it right now. I really want to keep pushing it until as far as I can, forever or whatever, you know. Not whatever, because I really have a meaning for this. It's to help people to actually train jiu-jitsu. I would like to see more and more people in the gyms and training, talking about jiu-jitsu, having more self-defense confidence, because the world we live in right now, it's weird, right? It's changing a lot. It's more violent and stuff. And once you do some martial art like jiu-jitsu, you can build the confidence enough, not to say that you're going to stop somebody to stole or you're going to stop a guy with a gun, with a knife. No, don't do crazy things like that. But you actually have the confidence to defend yourself and,
if you find yourself
step up for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, people go on top of the other people and they don't say nothing. And I'm sure that jiu-jitsu helps you to step up and say, hey, no, you know, like, get away. This is my space. Like, respect me or whatever. And then when you say that, you really mean it, because jiu-jitsu gives you that. So I hope people can be watching, and by your experience, like, you know, as a regular dude, do art, work for a journal, has the time to train jiu-jitsu, really like jiu-jitsu, is doing art with jiu-jitsu, helps me a lot with jiu-jitsu. So I hope we can inspire people and people can actually see this and say, oh, okay, if these guys can do it, I can do it too.
Anybody can do it.
Anybody.
I got mats now in my office.
There you go.
My cousin came today. We trained. You know, they shut everything down. They shut everything down on Thursday. On Friday, I was Googling, like, where am I going to buy mats? My cousin, 3:30. At first, I called the place. I found one. They closing at 5. Call my cousin, 3:30. I'm like, let's go buy some mats. Come back to my place and train.
Exactly. That's same thing when the beginning of COVID, I was like, right away, I've got to do something to keep my students engaged, to keep teaching them. I bought mats, you know, I taught at my living room. It was a great experience too, you know, Zoom classes. But after some time, life hit really, really hard. I had to work to make money. Things were kind of hard during COVID, but thank God now things are kind of slowing down. This new lockdown is kind of messing up with us again, because it's preventing us to training, do something that I really like. But I really believe soon we'll be back, and we're gonna come back stronger. Actually, we're gonna be be stronger.
A lot of people.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
We keep in touch. Have a great night. Okay.
All right. You too.
All right.